Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned in to The Encourager. Open the windows and hear the birds chirping this morning. When I started the video, it was 5:33 a.m. where I am currently. And had a life-changing realization yesterday. Thank you so much, subscribers, for your love, for your dedication. I received some encouraging words from a new subscriber yesterday, and he encouraged me to stay in the flow, and to him, thank you, sir. I appreciate you, your energy, your love, your encouragement, and your strength. At the Rock of Central Florida, speaking of the last video that I posted yesterday, it was 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 26 seconds. And so I was able to sleep eventually, thankfully. I woke up at 3-something as usual. Typically, after meditating or what have you, I'm able to rest peacefully again in that. But today, not so much. That's why I'm up at 5:30. 2:22 on the timer when I look down. So a couple more realizations in regards to me and what I represent physically, spiritually. And for those of you who did not listen to that video, first of all, it's okay. It's 2 hours and 55 minutes, so I don't blame you. And the first part of it, I will be honest, it sounds a little chaotic. I was going through something, and I was seeing something esoterically in this lifetime, but has been from previous lifetimes, and I saw in an instant, literally in an instant yesterday. By the way, the music in the background can be found on YouTube, and that is Music of Angels and Archangels for spiritual healing and to ward off bad energy and bad healing. Yeah, to ward off bad healing and to heal the soul. Okay. So another realization, and in that video, to sum it up for those of you who have not had a chance to listen to it or were not led to click on it or what have you, basically I came to realize the correlation and connections between several people that have been in my life for decades, some of them since birth, in this lifetime, into this lifetime. And so that deals with the Rock of Central Florida, located in Sanford, Florida. I was a part of that house from 2002 to 2022, when I had gone through the dark night of the soul, or at least started to open my crown chakra and third eye and see the truth, and begin to speak that truth. And part of that eventually was creating this platform in March of last year. And in that video yesterday, I shared synchronicities and things between me, a Scorpio that I had a contract with, a spiritual contract with. If you don't understand spiritual contracts, I encourage you to look that up. These are contracts that are signed with beings and amongst beings for collaborations and that before we are birthed into this natural place, okay? If you do not understand that your energy has always existed and it always does exist and it never goes away, if you understand that and you just show up in different forms through each lifetime, understand, okay? Again, I use a very, one of the most proven examples. So Enoch is Metatron, okay? So we know Enoch from the Bible. We know Enoch as a scribe. We know Enoch as a prophet or whatever, right? But Enoch is Archangel Metatron, okay? Enoch has also served in other capacities in other lifetimes here on this planet. Okay, same thing with others. Okay, we are them, they are us. Okay, we carry ancient Egyptian bloodlines, we carry ancient Asian bloodlines, we carry these, the first civilizations on this planet. We carry the Nephilim, the Anunnaki. We carry these energies, these spirits. These are us. So I came to a realization yesterday that the Scorpio, who was born on 11/13 of 1974 this lifetime, and myself that was born on 11/29 of 1974, that being a 16 and an 8 and an 8 that separates us, and 8 is an infinity. So just as they ghosted me, and again, what I share is not for bragging. I share this to hopefully help you become aware of who you are, okay? So in 2013, that's a 13, the Rock of Central Florida went through an exodus. Again, this was 10 years after I stepped on ground after the military. I was in the military army for 8 years. That's an 8. And she ghosted me. Her promised contract, the one she prayed for, right? She wasn't ready. And she was dealing with addictions and whatever else she had going on, family influences, witchcraft, whatever was going on in her family, people in her family doing witchcraft who she didn't even know was doing witchcraft, whatever, I don't know. And that stuff's not my concern today, okay? Father who's done witchcraft against me since I was a child. But getting back to the Rock of Central Florida and the Scorpio and myself, and there are others. Also, one of the things that I failed to mention in that video yesterday that Most High kept bringing to my attention, but I kept forgetting to follow through with the entire story, was Archie Phillips' wife, Tamara. Again, my good friend Marcia spent 88 days in the hospital after she started dialysis. She started dialysis 3 months after I did. Hers was due to diabetes because she did not take care of herself, okay? Both of us started dialysis in 2013. Mine was due to a rare autoimmune virus, okay, that man does not have a cure for today, okay? And so in 2013, Tamara Phillips, her husband Archie, is considered the prophet at the Rock of Central Florida. He's not the only prophet, but that was his title when they used titles. And she, told me one day at the hospital, we happened to meet there, I think it was a Sunday after service. And Marsha was in the middle of whatever she was going through, physically, spiritually, with whatever she was representing at the rock. Again, I share these things with you to help you to understand that you are a form of something else that is around you. You are around other forms that represent you, or that you represent, that are in a different form. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. It's 5:44 Mountain Standard Time. So that exodus that was caused in 2013, again, me and this female, so you have a masculine energy and a feminine energy that is dealing with blood filter issues at the same house that started 11 minutes exactly on the timer, that started dialysis treatment to filter out the blood, filter their blood, cleanse their blood. Okay, who was the blood cleanser? Nothing but the blood of Jesus, right? That's what we see. That's what we're told. That's what we, yeah, right? So blood's very important. Blood is life, like water. Life is water to nature. Blood is life to body. Okay? Yeah, that's all a correlation. I'm telling you. Okay? And so, when Steve announced in 2021 that he was going to be allowing the people who got possessed by the karmic energy that took half the people from his church, from his organization, congregation, whatever you want to call it, in 2013, because the blood needed to be filtered. The blood filter that had been there for 10 years, again, blood filter. I believe Tom and Denise, who headed that exodus that Steve accepted back, along with others, I believe. And that's okay. Again, if that's the way he was led, hey, you know what I'm saying? All I'm doing is relaying my spiritual downloads that Most High has given me. 12:33 on the timer. So, Most High removes the karmics, moves the energy, allows for healing, and Steve invites them back in. That is the equivalent of Marsha not caring for herself or stopping caring for herself, or me allowing IgG4 nephropathy, which was the autoimmune virus that attacked my kidneys, back into my life. When Steve did this, and again, I am the physical 1313 on the timer when I looked over. When I am the physical human representation of a supernatural, or of a religious place. Okay? So here I am, Earth Angel, 333rd day of the year birth. It's 1333 on the clock when I said that. All right? Healer, Egyptian, shaman. Here I am, sent to this place, or found out about this place in 2022, the 222. But when they decided to accept, and I'm going to say Steve, he's the leader of that house. When Steve decided to accept them back, and again, if that's the way he was led, that's fine and dandy. All I'm doing is relaying my revelation and my spiritual downloads to those who are tuned into this channel. And thank you once again. 1414 on the timer. And so, spiritually, this is what happened. The same thing that the Rock of Central Florida was going through. And there are other examples too, over the 20 years that I've been there. So we have the kidney issue, then we have meeting the Scorpio in 2018, then we have starting to date her on the same weekend of the Rock's 20th anniversary. I left the month of my 20th anniversary at the Rock of Central Florida. I left 20 years after I started getting cassette tapes as I was exiting the military. Ironically, from Arizona, which is where I am again at. So I was called from the desert. I was first sent to the desert. So called to the desert. I was in military intelligence school. So that's interesting that I am here and I am where I am. And now all the spiritual intelligence. So I was once here for military intelligence. Natural military intelligence school. Now I'm back receiving more spiritual and heavy spiritual downloads, intelligence. Arizona, desert, dry place, dry bones. This is where I stopped. 2 hours before my truck rental ran out after I gave everything that I ever owned away. Car, motorcycle, everything. Furniture, pictures, paintings. I gave it all away. Shoes, clothes. I had like 7 bags of clothes. I dropped it all off at Salvation Army or Goodwill or something in Daytona Beach in August. So when they accepted the one who had betrayed them back, the spiritual connection between this masculine, I am a masculine, I'm a male, but I'm a divine feminine. So between this divine feminine and the one that I had the original contract with, who is the Scorpio rejected me as Steve rejected me, the earth angel, the divine feminine, the human form of that place. Does that make sense? And so when Steve rejected me, again, I met Roxanne in the Rock's 20th year. She became a part of the Rock that same weekend in 2019. Okay? And so then Steve rejects me because I did tell him about what was going on. So he rejects me. The Scorpio rejects me. Both of them ghost me, except the individuals that allowed karmic energy to subdue them in 2013. Allowed the karmic energy back into them, so allowed the rare autoimmune virus, essentially, back into the camp. So that's like being cured of herpes and then going out and looking for someone who has herpes and then laying with them again. Okay? And so, I don't know where this leaves that connection, 1818. I don't know where this leaves all of that. I do know that I have new love coming towards me. I do know that for a fact. And in fact, today, at this very moment, it is 5:52. I am not more sure. I am more sure than ever that whatever separation happened between me and the Scorpio is in direct correlation, it just turned 19 minutes, is in direct correlation to Steve, the Rock of Central Florida, and him allowing the individuals who almost destroyed and shut down that organization, okay? That he was led to go and start in 1999. Almost shut it down. While I was at the Rock of Central Florida, I was homeless 3 times, okay? That's not their fault. I don't say that for their fault. I say that because there's the 3. So, I I know I look forward to meeting this new divine masculine coming towards me. That's what I can say today. Okay? And yeah, today is 5/12. That's a 17. And I hope that what I do speaks fervently, violently, clearly, transparently. I hope it does. I'm not here for me. I gave up my free will. I gave up the ability to choose, except to say yes. And again, it's not required of everyone, but it is required of a few. 21:21 when I looked at the clock. Sevens. So, let us all be aware, be awakened. How do you get there? How do you get there? Start with self-love. Start with being true to yourself. What are childhood wounds? What are things that have gone on in your life that you ignore, that you know you need to change? People that you know no longer serve your purpose, and they drag you out into the streets and into these situations that you know you shouldn't be in. How do you get there? You meditate, you spend time in nature, you align your energy chakras, and you find peace within yourself through self-love. 22:20 on the timer. And you wake your conscious self up to realize that your existence here is vital but temporary and short. Let us be diligent. Let us be diligent, collective. Angels, starseeds, light workers, healers, empaths, high vibrational psychics, and good magicians, and prophets, prophetess, emperors, empresses. Let us be the change that we want to see. Let us not forsake the truth of the oneness and how everything is connected. This is part of what I'm trying to show us. The people that you meet, you do not meet them just because. The family that I met in 1992 that I am very closely connected with today, by the way, 92, that's an 11, that's also 29, that's also the day I was birthed. All of them, their marriages were all in the 3s in the month of March. Their birthdays are in the month of March. All right? At least the son and daughter are that I grew up with. Right? All of their weddings, March. Even the ones that didn't work out, those were in March. And March is the 3rd month as we know it today, although it's actually the 1st month of the year. It's like they do Sunday. Sunday is not the first day of the week. Sunday is the first day of the week. Saturday is the 7th day of the week, but we treat Sunday like the 7th day of the week. That's not the case. People treat Monday like it's the beginning of the week because of the programming of going to work 9 to 5 and all of that, which is another program, but that's another story and journey for another day. Let us be diligent, people. 25 minutes exactly when I looked over. That's a 7. Let us be diligent, okay? So again, I look forward to the love. I look forward to the child or children that will be coming forth. It was 25 when I looked at the timer. I'm telling you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Nehru. If you would like to get in touch with me, there are a number of ways to do so. The information is included in the information section about this video. But my email address is theencourager333@gmail.com. I just really wish people didn't play fucking games, you know? I just really wish people didn't play games. But they do. And because they do, they have to deal with karma. Our job is not to save them from that. Our job is to allow that. We can't stop karma in our own lives. We can't stop it in anyone else's. And neither should we try. So don't try to save them, okay? That's a message for someone. Do not try to save them. They need to save themselves. Harriet Tubman first needed to save herself 27 minutes exactly. She also said that she would have saved 1,000 more if they only knew that they were slaves. On Instagram, I am the Encourager333. On Facebook, I am Nehru Patah, and that's NEHRUPTAH. That's 2 words or 2 names. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, be encouraged. And yeah, I'll be posting our angel numbers here shortly. Thank you as always, new subscribers, new listeners, returning listeners, new subscribers. Thank you for your love, and I return unconditional love to you. Be encouraged.